Hey everyone out there in the land of YouTube, Annette Dion here. I am the host and founder of the Psychic News Network. It's Tuesday night, it's November 18th, and it was an interesting day. And I did mention that this week was going to be kind of a roller coaster, not an easy week. So I want to look at a few things. I know that the House voted to release the Epstein files, and then, oh, surprise, surprise, the Senate right afterwards, even though we were led to believe it would take a few days. Or, not just happen the same day. The Senate voted yes. And I hearkened back in my mind to what I read yesterday when I was doing a vid, and last night, and I uploaded it, and I saw that we weren't really going to see the Epstein files. Not through this Congress. But we will have so much evidence in front of us through the victims, and it's raising massive public awareness about how heinous of a monster that Donald Trump is, because the information that's been released just from the Epstein estate alone is already out there. So I'm going to take a look at what happens now. And I'm still reeling from, well, it seems like now every day it just feels like I'm reeling from something. Seeing Mohammed bin Salman, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, in the Oval Office, it's hard for me. It's hard for me to look at that level of evil and the so-called leader of the free world, and total adoration. If Donald had gotten down on his knees and bent over and kissed the feet of the Crown Prince, he might as well have, for the energy that I was bearing witness to. The man adores murdering, oppressive dictators. But that's just a little smidgen of what's going on. Because now he's selling our weapons to Saudi Arabia. Not Ukraine, Saudi Arabia. So, it's a lot. It's really a lot. And I'm glad that we're here doing this together, even though my videos are pre-recorded now. I upload them right after I do them. So they're timely. They're current. So Kathy Beale sent me a question, because I usually ask her if she has any questions for PNN, because we text back and forth. And her question is selling planes to the Saudis over the military's objections the reason that the military acts on? And we've been saying, me and other good psychics and astrologers have been hinting at it, I think, a little bit, that ultimately the military will move in and they will arrest Donald Trump. That he's sending our military to Venezuela and threatening boots on the ground. Is not what our military swore an oath to do, for one. And it goes against a lot of the military higher ups, the real ones. It goes against what they would want to do. So, and I know that we had the war on Iraq and Afghanistan, and it was against most of what we wanted to do. But there was kind of a sentiment, speaking of the Saudis, of America's been attacked, not by Afghanistan and Iraq. America's been attacked. I mean, and I'm just so upset about what's going on. George W. had some kind of a reason to send troops to Iraq and Afghanistan, according to him. Saddam Hussein did not have weapons of mass destruction. We finally did track down Osama bin Laden, but I believe that was in Afghanistan. I have to look that up. But that was way after the fact of us being attacked. So, excuse me for being overwhelmed by the news that's in our faces right now, but I don't think I'm alone in that. I've been talking about the demonic heart at work. The Crown Prince murdered Khashoggi in a way, the Wall Street Journalist, in a way that I still kind of have nightmares about. And Dumpy was in office when that happened. Yes, he was. And he didn't say anything. So let's take a look at a few cards. Let's do that first. Let's get the icky. It's all icky out of the way first. So I've been telling you that Dumpy is infested with the demonic, and to see the Crown Prince sitting there with him with those expressions on his face, like, I can't believe, that here I am. And this is, and I took some screenshots that Midas Touch posted. And here's one. This is Dumpy. This is him. Absolutely. Oh my God. Look at that body language. Getting ready to shake the Crown Prince's hand. Now, I just want to mention that last night, that PNN that I uploaded, I had this sense with him inviting all these murdering dictators into the Oval Office to just show them how much he can tell off reporters in the most heinous possible way, like he's showing off in front of these dictators that he loves to meet with. There's been a slew of them this year. And it's messing with our heads quite a bit, because this is the opposite of what we were used to. It's the opposite. It's a polar opposite. And here's another picture that Dumpy that Midas Touch posted. That's a real screenshot. I need to read on this. I want to say that, when I was talking about this last night, that even though he's having all these dictators and they seem to think they can bribe him to do anything, I also have the sense that they didn't really deep down believe that they'll get away with it. And I'm just saying what my psychic impression was. So I'm going to pull 3 cards about the energy of that meeting. He rolled out the fucking red carpet for Vladimir Putin. I mean, I understand why people would just numb out in America and not pay attention. But with what's going on, we have to pay attention. We have to. We have to. I have my little, this is a pin with little children on it. You can't really see it very well, but little children holding hands. And the reason that, it was my dad's actually. The reason that I have it on, I'll show it to you, is to remind us, oh, they're upside down, the children are upside down, is to remind us that we need to look out for the children. I don't have children of my own, but we need to look out for the children. It doesn't matter that I don't have children of my own. What went on at that meeting? Here's the emperor. It was clearly, he scheduled that meeting to distract from what was going on with the Epstein files. And that's what he was doing. In the face of the fact that he was in bed with Jeffrey Epstein. He had to create a distraction. So he called up the Crown Prince, so come on over and let's hang out in the Oval Office and horrify everybody. I mean, I say that kind of in jest, but I think that's kind of it. And the sword, the ace of the sword of truth, the ace of swords indicates that we clearly saw those pictures I just showed you. That is the truth about what is going on. Don't think that people in positions of power in our country, and they're not all MAGA, don't see what's going on. Those photos frighten me. Those photos of him frighten me. That was a long time ago. Maybe 3 or 4 years ago. No, it was longer ago than that, because it was when he was in office before. So it might have been 2018, 2019, that I had a vision of him late at night in the dark talking to a disembodied entity. This is just a vision that I had. Just him like talking out loud to himself to something. Trump, I mean. We have to pray our asses off. I'm not kidding. It's very rare that you see me this serious, but this is serious. So let's ask the pendulum. Is the military going to allow, just flat out, is the military going to allow the sale of arms to the Saudis to go unchecked? Everything else goes unchecked. All right, hang on. I'm just going to close my eyes. Is the military going to act on that he's selling arms to the Saudis? Are they going to do something about it? I got to get more clarity. Okay, let's pull these cards. Is the military going to act on this is treason? I mean, honestly, I swear, it's just like, look at that ugliness. Look at how ugly. I'm sorry that I'm sharing it with you, but we need to, I mean, I can't just do this. I can't just like not share what I'm feeling with all of you, or I'll go crazy. So what Kathy asked was selling planes to the Saudis over the military's objections, which is treason. So I wasn't aware of some out in the open military objections. I did hear today that the military was starting to object to having their presence in Venezuela. So I'm asking about the military. I know I never thought we'd be here in America. I never thought this is where we would be. We wanted Kamala. See my ball, my crystal electric ball. Let's change the energy of this situation with our mental mind energy. Let's change it together. Woo. Okay, enough of that. So I'm asking about the military. And actually, now that I'm tuning into that, I actually do feel like moves are being made, and that makes me feel better. I do feel like behind the scenes there's a lot of talk going on. And this is the 8 of Pentacles in this deck, the Heaven and Earth deck. It's called Prudence, and that indicates being hard at work with a very strong focus on a specific outcome. There's an abundance of evidence against Trump, the King of Wands. I really do feel a time, and it's soon, where the American people, not 100%, but 90%, don't want this orange Satan. No wonder South Park does the shows that they do. I mean, they're on to something. They are. I think we all need to have a sense that somebody, God damn it, has our back. This is the outrage. Our taxpayer dollars go to pay our military, our generals, our higher ups, to defend and protect us. What the fucking fuck is going on? Sorry. I think I might have to go out and listen to music tonight. Yes, I think I will. I think that will, it's like music therapy. It's Tuesday night. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Think about the children and activate. Think about the children and activate. Think about the children and activate. Make your voice heard. It's not just you alone. It's all of us. Something is about to occur that's going to get everybody in America on the same effing page. Get him out of there. And all his little ugly evil monkeys too. And I'm going to pull 3 cards about that. Getting him out of there. And JD, boot his ass right out too. And all of them. Christy Gnome the puppy killer. That woman is sick. Justice. This is the military. And it's we the people. And the 7 of Swords is Donald Trump has sold our country. Donald Trump has sold the United States of America out. And that's the end of the line, and the military needs to step in. So let's just ask this simple question. Simple, direct question. Is the United States military going to step in and remove Donald J. Trump from the White House? Now I have a yes. And that is the only thing that makes sense. That's the only thing that makes sense. Logically. All right. I like these cards. I think I'll use these. Okay, so now the next thing I need to read on By the way, somebody asked me about, will I read on AI? And I know that I said a few nights ago, I don't remember exactly when it was, but it was recent. Because I went for a walk in the morning and I got a very strong wave of information about AI, and my guide said the AI bubble is going to burst. And that includes crypto. So I'm going to actually read on that. And today I started hearing news that said that. So it was several days ago, but it wasn't like months ago that I said that. And I didn't read on it. I just mentioned it. I said I got that the AI bubble was about to burst. Yeah, there's a change happening. Whistleblowers, Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, it's actually not working out too good for the tech bros. I'm not really sure why it's not working out, what specifically is not working out for them, but it's not working out. I don't know enough about AI and stocks and all that, and trading, insider trading and all that. But, yeah, there's something getting ready to crash. And it's getting out of control, and they will fuck with humanity, with the human race. So we need to stop them. Let's ask this. Will this spell the end? I meant to say, will this spell the end for them? I didn't finish my question. Yes, it will spell the end for them. I mentioned recently that Elon Musk is slated to become the world's first trillionaire, and I saw a video, and it was just a little video short, and I don't even remember who it was, but they said some guy was explaining how much 1 trillion is, and $1 trillion would mean that you would be able to spend, if you are a trillionaire, you'd have enough money to spend $1 million a day for 1,000 years. So yeah, the AI bubble is about to burst, and the economy is about to be in shambles. And then we just have each other. I hate to be the purveyor of doom tonight, but we have each other. As far as the Epstein files go, they're going to infuriate us beyond the fury that we already feel. This is why self-care is so important. Remember yesterday I said I made a nice big pot of soup, and today I baked some fish today, and I put some fish in the soup, and it's really helpful. It's really, really helpful. I went for a walk with a friend this morning in the brisk air. You got to do these things. If you've never done these things before, you have to do them now. It's necessary. I have a ton of stress in my life right now with, how do I keep this thing afloat with YouTube not helping? I mean, I've got a lot of that. So, and I'm not saying that nobody else does, because I'm just saying it just to say, you probably can relate. And the more stress we're under, the more we need to do self-care. And the more stress we're under, the less we feel like doing self-care, which is why we have to do self-care. So, what's going to happen with the Epstein files is they're going to vote to release them. The reason that Dumpy said, all of a sudden, after months and months and months of whoa, we can't show them, we can't. Okay. All of a sudden, he says, oh, just show them. He had just talked to Pam Blondie. This was 2 days ago? Sunday? I don't care, release him, right? Because he had just talked to Pam Blondie, and they had just made a plan as to how to take his name out of all of it. So, what percentage, let's ask this. Will Dumpy's name be in the Epstein files that they release? No. And he's also getting ready to pardon Ghislaine. Will he be in office in January of 2026? Now, that's interesting. It's getting desperate. The situation is getting really, really desperate. So let's... But remember, I said that it doesn't matter because we already have the information. The Epstein estate is giving the information that's being asked for. So let's take a look at what happens to Dumpy the demon. Straight from the bowels of hell. I think I had another picture to show you too. I did, and it was this. It was this, because, oh well, here's another. This is also from Midas Touch. You know, Dumpy was called... No, he didn't put on a costume and look like that. I don't know who did that. But that's a good personification of the energy that I see coming from him. It really does look like that. I apologize for showing you so many times his ugliness, but I need to I need to vent. We're in this together. What happens to him when the files are released? Now, I get that he won't be in them, but nobody's going to believe that. They were best buds, and they were in business together. So what happens then? He's yeah, but what happens then is it's very clear that he's just hiding it and directed all his minions to hide it too. The Knight of Swords, that's a prosecutor, that's the military, and the Eight of Rods. This is kind of like, just in terms of the files, them voting to release the files, they come out, his name's not in them. I'm gonna have this reminiscent of I have to go through the different crime scenarios in my head. No, I'm not thinking January 6th. Okay, it's reminiscent of the Mueller report. We're doing this deja vu all over again thing. What we're gonna see happen is that the report's gonna come out. Remember when Bill Barr got up at the press conference and said, I remember I was sitting in my car getting ready to go to my office at the time, and we were all waiting with bated breath, and Bill Barr says Donald Trump he wasn't in the Mueller report. He hadn't done anything. It's been going on for a long time. That's what I see with the Epstein files, because with the Mueller report, it was redacted, get out that Sharpie, redacted. I see the same damn thing. You heard it here. Probably doesn't take a psychic to figure that out, but that is my psychic impression. Now, we the people. Let's go back to these cards. When we did a show, when Kathy and Louise Eddington and I, they invited me to their show. It was fun last week? Friday. We were talking about that we felt that the truth about the election in November last year and the truth about Epstein, that it was all going to dovetail. I really do get mixed up in my head about which crime. Which crime is this one? Which Democrat hoax is this, right? It's amazing. So I'm going to pull 3 cards and asking about that. Like, is that what's going to happen? that the two will dovetail. Because even though we're going to get the whole runaround, BS runaround, even though that's true, we will get that. We know the truth. It's like January 6th happened, right? Oh, it was a love fest. No, we know the truth. He's never stopped attacking America. We created a monster. This country created a monster. So, and like this is interesting because I'm asking about, you know, when all this comes to a head, the Epstein files, they hide it, they hide what's in there, they hide his name. We all know full well that he's all over the place. The star is the United States, though. And the moon is overwhelming emotions, and the Knight of Swords is justice, is a prosecutor coming in, and justice. Let us all decide what we want to happen. Let us all focus on it intently all the time. And let us not rest until, well, let us never rest again when it comes to our democracy. I just have to say that I know there's a percentage of the population that thinks that we just have to just face it, that we've just failed as a democracy. I haven't watched it yet, but Ken Burns has a special on about the American Revolution. And the reason I'm bringing it up, because I know Ken Burns is a genius and his work is amazing. And I've heard that it really does give us that fighting spirit. So watch it. It's on PBS. I don't know the schedule. Because we have to know that we are going to end this horror show. Okay? And I don't want anybody out there. I really do not want anybody out there just saying, well, we just have to put up with it. What are we going to do, right? Because that's not going to do. We're stronger than that. Okay, I might do a live stream at some point, perhaps this week. I will let you know in terms of a PNN. I'm not going to promise anything, but Thursday night is a live stream, and it's our guided meditation for a healed America. So please go back and do that guided meditation. If you only have 15 minutes, just queue up to the 15-minute point, because that's where the meditation starts. Thursday night under the lives. When you book a reading, it helps to keep this channel afloat. So if this channel has been valuable to you, please donate. Please book a session. Please become a member. I'm serious when I say I'm trying to stay afloat. And I know that you all are so wonderful and so generous and so kind, and I appreciate it. 7 blue hearts in the comments, or leave a comment, and I'll see you soon. Thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. Namaste. See ya.